Together, building knowledge, confidence, and character mile by mile. From our early learners to our graduates ready for the world ahead, we're fueling curiosity, connecting ideas, and driving innovation, all while keeping our eyes on the horizon. Because here in Proctor, we don't just ride the rails, we are the rails, educating, engaging, and inspiring the next generation to go full steam ahead.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Rail Yard for tonight's matchup featuring the 10-5 Hilltoppers from Marshall High School and our very own 13-4 Proctor Rails. Ted Keevan along with Kyle Gustafson. Kyle, just making your way up here as you're working the crowd as you step into the space. How are we doing tonight?
Not too bad. Watching the youngest daughter play a little earlier.
Yeah, nice.
Lost by one, but that's okay.
Well, that's a thing, with winning comes losing as well. So,
can't win them all.
Yeah, can't win them all. So we got a big matchup here tonight. Some would say that these are two teams of the four that you should see in those two final games before that championship for the section sitting here with Crosby and also Pequot. Personally, if you wanted my bracket, nothing against those two, I think this is a potential match. Now, I will tell you, in talking with CJ, I know his squad is sick across the board. A lot of players that aren't playing, but his team is here to play and ready to go to work and put on a show and battle.
Yeah, they played last night, and I was watching a little bit of that back. And they come to play. They shoot the ball. They move. They pressure. It'll be interesting to see how we react and kind of give them the same.
Yeah, I got an opportunity to talk with both coaches today, those keys to the game, right? We'll start with the visiting Hilltoppers, trying to limit the turnovers to 12 or under, which against this Rails team is a really, really, if they get 12 or less, or they give up 12 or less turnovers offensively, that'll be a feat, because this Rails team is, they're dogs. They go after it. They go get it, and they create those turnovers.
Exactly. So hopefully they do so tonight.
Yeah, they want to shoot better than 37% from the three, we'll jump to the other side with the Rails. Coach Solberg talked about it in his keys to the game with me. Is like that whole theory of they have to play their game. They got to take quality shots, and they can't get in a three-point game match with Denver or with Marshall, knowing that that's not going to serve them well.
Exactly. I think in prior matchups, it's the little things. It's easy bunny layups. It's just doing the right thing and, not falling into the trap.
Absolutely. And then last but not least, for CJ at least, and Marshall score 60 points with missing two of their starters. They're still missing Berger, who's out with the back, and also, Angela Adubabi, who is sick as well. And so two of their starters, coach has been waiting for Berger to get back for a few weeks with the back injury, but not rushing her, because there's nothing she's going to do or be healthy to go on to the next pieces if she's not healthy.
Right. And depending on how long that takes to recover too, with her back. So
yeah, back's not something that you want to sit around and play with. So hopefully, that's an okay way to go on that. Let's quickly thank our sponsors here. I want to make sure that we thank the Reed Foundation, the Rails Endowment for Academic, Art, and Athletic Development, Irving Community Club Bowling for Kids, Tamarack Building Supplies up on Highway 53 in Hermantown, Heritage Window Doors, Superior, Wisconsin, Woodis Trailer Sales and Esco, Stream Dudes for all your streaming needs, streamdudes.com, Great Lakes Office Solutions, the Robin Barb Shaler Charitable Foundation, the Magic Golf Course, Audiology Concepts with 6 locations, Duluth, Grand Rapids, Forest Lake, Cambridge, Edina, and Burnsville, and also Proctor Pizza and Sub Shop and Troy Service Center, our 2 local sponsors. Thank you to them and all they do for us to allow, you and I to come and be able to do this. But more importantly, as we list like the 3 important things, that's like number 3, right? Number 2 is our students. Without our students, we couldn't do this. We'd be sitting here talking to each other, and people would be wondering what we're doing.
No one would listen to that.
No, we'd listen to that. And so our director, producer is Ada Arpke tonight. On our camera, Michelle Van Oort. On our score widget is Allison Arpkey. Our technical guru is Carter Ringo. And on stats is the one, the only Luke Smith. So thank you to them. And then the top line, thank you. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to the Proctor faithful that are tuned in. Thank you to those from Marshall who couldn't be here that are tuning in. Because, again, without our sponsors, without our students, we couldn't do it. But without people watching, what would be the point?
Right.
So thank you to everybody for being part of this. Thank you for everything. And we're going to get ready to turn it over to in-house PA, Mr. William C. He's going to give us the creed, the anthem, and the lineups. And then Kyle and I will be back, and we're going to have tip-off. He and I will be back right after this.
Gentlemen, on behalf of Proctor Public Schools, good evening and welcome to the Rail Yard for this evening's matchup between the Hilltoppers from Marshall School and your very own Proctor Rails. A reminder, Proctor High School encourages positive sportsmanship and behavior at their activities. Please encourage players and coaches and respect the decisions of the game officials. We are here to cheer for our team and players that represent our school. We are not here to single out players from the other team and make them feel bad. Stay classy and act like y'all's mamas raised you right. And at this time, we'd ask that you please rise and kindly remove your hats as we have a moment of reflection for our past and present military men and women serving here at home and abroad. After that moment of reflection, we will have Olivia Morin Swanson with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You got it. It's called patriotism. The officials for tonight's game, as appointed by the Minnesota State High School League, are Paul Ray, Darian Sheldon, and Brad Emanuel. And now let's welcome to the court our starting lineups, and we'll begin with the starters for your visiting Hilltoppers. Please welcome junior number 1, Candace Dome. Sophomore number 5, Chloe Johnson. Junior number 10, Morgan Lazaro. Senior number 12, Anna Sari. 8th grade, number 24, Melanie Carlson. And the head coach for Marshall is TJ Osachukwu. And now, let's meet the starters for your Proctor Rails. Please welcome junior number 2, Ellie B. Senior number 3, Chloe Carlson. Senior number 4, Lola Whitty. Senior number 32, Anna Evans. Junior number 33, Peyton Walker. And the head coach for your Proctor Rails is Mr. Matthew Solberg.
So there you have it. There's your starters for tonight. And, you know, it seems like it should be a good matchup. We're hoping that, you know, we see something that's going to look like a fight.
Yeah, I mean, it should be. You know, both teams just need to play hard and essentially control the ball.
Absolutely. So here's the tip-off. Carlson and Johnson at the stripe. There's the tip. Johnson will win it for the Hilltoppers, and we'll go right away as Carlson will get there. But there is a turnover that's going to go off of Whitty. Whitty's going to now bring it in and now come back into the offensive side. So there's that piece on that first turnover. That pass intended for Evans goes off the end line, out of bounds, and 2 quick turnovers for both teams. Each team with a turnover here in the early goings. Dome gets the ball in, now gets it back and gets the pass back, drives into the offensive lane. Both teams are going to be running teams. Taking a shot there was sorry. She's not able to get it, and the Rails down with the ball. Here they come. Big hand of the way there by Carlson. That's Melanie Carlson for the Toppers. Nice job there by Chloe Carlson from Proctor defensively to get them to kind of switch over. Now Dome into the offensive side, turns right side into the lane. Now going to go up off the hand. Nice job there by the Rails to get a hand in the space. Dome gets the ball back, and that's going to go out of bounds, and that'll go with the Rails. So another quick turnover for Marshall.
Yeah, I mean, they're both playing the same style of game. Get hands in the lanes, disrupt what the other team wants to do.
And you know that this is going to be a track meet between these two teams, no matter how healthy or unhealthy that Marshall is. Whitty into the corner. Walker looks back, now gives it away. Pease for 2, and gets that on the board for the first 2.
Nice shot by Ellie.
So Pease on the board to get the scoring started. And now coming up the floor, Chloe Johnson will bring the ball up. Peyton Walker right there defensively. Big shot there taken by Carlson. Down off the board is Whitty, and here come the Rails again. Goes right, goes left, now looks for help, gives it off to Evans, top side to Walker. Walker drops to the block, off the glass, and gets it for 2. So Walker with 2, and 4-0 your score here in the early goings. And big 3 attempt here by Lazaro. Can't get it to fall, but Johnson goes running, and before she could get that second hop in, she threw it back in. They said she jumped or touched the end line, and another turnover there by the Toppers, and the Rails will bring it up.
I definitely think tonight Peyton's going to have a big game for Proctor, and on the opposite end, Melanie
Carlson.
Yep, Melanie Carlson. I watched her last night. She's a shooter.
She is absolutely a shooter. And down with the board and up in, and Carlson, that's Chloe Carlson on the board there for her first 2. I'm going to turn us up just a hair. Hopefully the folks at home can turn it down just a little bit, as it is loud and kind of overtaking what we got going down. Another shot there by the Toppers, and this is going to be Walker from Carlson. So quick boards here as the Rails are going to make short work quick and get the points where they can. Johnson gives up the dribble. Now Dome's going to move right side, pushes all around, now going to bounce back, loses a handle on it, now gets it back. Gives this off to Carlson. Carlson back to Dome. Dome has it top of the key for 3. And 3 hits for their first bingo of the night.
8-3.
So Dome with the first points of the night for the Toppers. Evans, top of the key, gives off to Carlson. Carlson going to look for it, now going to drive towards the line. Gives this off to Whitty. Whitty for three, and in for three. So Whitty is on the board now as well. Hits her first three for the Rails. And you're looking 11-3. Johnson gets it. No foul call, goes down to the ground. Down with it is Pease. Pease going to drive. And coach down there looking for something that's going to go off of, well, really it went off the official.
Checking in for Proctor number 1.
Coach Solberg not happy about something. Evans out, Gianna Hansen in for the first time tonight. And we'll see what Hansen can do offensively. She is a eater of rebounds. She likes to get that ball, is usually in the right spot. So we'll see if she can help offensively and defensively for the Rails. Pease drives in, gives it off to Whitty. Whitty now going to drive inside, left side block. Gives it back up off to Hansen. Hansen for two. Nice space there. Nice space and give, and Hansen's going to have to have a game defensively against Johnson. Oh, and there is going to be that foul, and that's that piece we talked about last game with Hansen is, you know, she needs to stay in that space inside, not get lost behind, so she can stay and have that spot.
And I mean, you know, it's going to be very difficult to stop Chloe, but you got to stay in front and not fall for everything and just make her earn it.
So Hansen's first, team's first. And driving up and around is Carlson. Carlson drives, now pushes it outside. Dome going to drive to the block. And nice little floater for two, and on the board again is Dome. So it's 13-5 right now. Dome has all the points for the Hilltoppers. Carlson trapped in the corner, now going to push back up, now moves right, goes up to the block, and can't get it to go. Down with it is Dome. Dome's going to rush the other way. This will be a track meet. Taking the big shot is Lazaro, and can't get it to fall, but right there to get, not sure what they're going to call there.
That's on Whitty, I think.
It might be, as I think she got a piece of Carlson running through, and that is the truth. And so that'll be her first, team second. And Carlson will throw it in, and Dome with the ball. Big chance three, can't get it to fall, but Chloe Carlson there with the board. And she's going to come back the other way. Again, we talked about how this is going to be a track meet. And we need to make sure that that piece is covered. Oh, nice try to go up and under is Peyton, but here comes Dome. Dome rushing the other side. Try to get it away. That's going to go off the hand of Chloe Carlson. I'm going to teach for 1 second here. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Checking in for Proctor number 11, Ruby Austin.
13:20 to go. First half, 13-5 Rails.
All right, we're back here. Chloe Johnson goes right side into the hands of Henkel. Back to Johnson. Johnson now going to drive in the lane, gets to the stripe, steps back, now goes driving again, and she just gets pent up, but able to get there and get those points regardless. So 5 minutes in here, and Chloe Johnson gets her first points of the night. Nice little pass goes there by the Rails at Pease for two. It was the basketball version of the triple deke, but with passing. Carlson puts the bats up top to Dome. Far right-hand side to Hinkle. Hinkle takes the three and gets it to fall. So Marshall hitting a couple threes and getting in there. And we're going to have a foul called on Dome.
Personal foul number 1, Kenneth Dome. First team foul, non-shooting foul.
So that'll be her first, team's first. And Pease doing bonnet and gets it into Chloe Carlson. Getting ready to sub in right now is Goranson. That's Reese. The 8th grader. And we're going to get a over and back call. And there's a turnover on the Rails. That's a uncharacteristic turnover when we're in the offensive side there. So Goranson into the game as Walker will take a seat and take a break.
Take away your space, kid.
That ball over to Dome. Dome pops it, can't get it to fall. But Carlson going to get there before Dome can get the rebound as she tried to rush and follow. Carlson now driving up into the offensive side and does get across half court. Gives it off to Hansen. Hanson looking for somewhere to go. The count is on. Now going to go to the dribble. Now goes behind the back. Now going to drive towards the lane. Puts it in the corner. Carlson for 3. And can't get it to fall, but Goranson was right there. Oh, big job to follow that board and can't get it to put back, but Goranson there. Goranson pushes out. Up, Hanson. Too hard, and that's going to go off of Chloe Johnson from Marshall and out of bounds. Couple good chances there, but they got to get those to sink.
Yep. Too many missed layups. Little bunnies.
Yeah, little easies that you can't give up because that's going to come back to haunt us. So Carlson into Pease. Pease pushes it far side to Goranson into the corner. Carlson for 3. Bingo!
Rails up 8.
So Chloe Carlson for 3 to extend the lead a little bit here. 8 points, 18-10 your score here with 11:21 left first half. This is off to the corner. Dome comes back, looking to go top side. Has Lazaro, but now instead going to go to Carlson. Carlson drives down. Now back to Dome. Chloe Johnson, top of the key. Gianna Hansen there takes the step. Now goes into the far corner. Hinkle going to drive. Now back to Carlson. Or Johnson, I'm sorry. Johnson for a big 3. That would have been a Travis Carlson type 3. And Goranson down with it. Big pass inside to Hawson. Hawson now Corrales. Goes back top of the key for Carlson. Carlson moves right, moves left. Into the corner. Pease for 3. Just too strong. Hawson tried to get in there and get a piece of it and not being able to get it. And now going to have to slow down is Coach CJ. And actually, he just wanted it to get off to Carlson, or to Johnson. I keep wanting to call her Carlson for some reason. Nice little floater there by Lazaro. Lazaro on the board for the first time tonight. Big pass as Pease left wide open, and she gets that to fall. And the Rails will take an easy bucket like that all day long as they were pressing, and Coach CJ down there really, really unhappy.
He'll let them know.
Oh, yes, trust me. Been there, done that. Foul going to be called. That's going to go against Goranson. That'll be her first, team third. Coming in, Hadley taking a break, let's call it that way. Chloe Carlson, Pease, and also Gianna Hansen. And into the game is going to be Hadley Walker, Walker, Evans, and Peyton back into the game. Dome. Can't get it to go as a big set of hands there as the Rails got some height on the floor right now. Hawson gives it off. This is Walker. Walker going to get bumped, no call. This is Hadley. Hawson back to Walker. Walker going to take the step, now going to drive. Gives this off to Evans. Evans going to drive inside. Rails being patient, looking for that good shot that they're looking for. Hawson can't get it to fall. Evans tried to get a hand on it, but down with it was Hinkle. And here come the Hilltoppers. Pushes this out. Sorry for 2. Hawson will bring it up the floor. Lost it momentarily. Now going to bring it across. Defensively, right there is is Lazaro. Evans for 3. Little short. Evans. Oh, we're going to have our first jump ball tonight, and the possession arrow is going to belong to the Rails, so it'll stay with the Rails. And Chloe Carlson checking back into the game. Hawson will take a break. Ruby Hawson, just an 8th grader, and out there doing her thing along with Hadley Walker as well.
Needed a little stability brought back in.
A little bit, little breath, little easy does it. Yeah, it's Rails ball. I think they thought it was going to be the turnover was going for the Toppers, but it will be Rails ball. So Walker, Evans, Carlson, and Goranson on the floor right now for the Rails. Oh, nice try there, and has to get it over. And this is Hadley Walker. She's going to drive the block and gets hammered. No call, but going to keep the ball there as streaking through was Melanie Carlson. Or pardon me, that was Johnson. 11 seconds on the clock. Shot clock, that is, and Goranson. Goranson looking for somewhere to go. Under 8, 7, 6, 5. Evans, long 3. Can't get that to fall up off the iron. Chloe Johnson from the Toppers down with it. Now pressure coming from Hadley Walker. You got Walker squared out there right now with Peyton and Hadley. And, oh, that did not look good. Like she got up and shook that off. That's a big 3 by Dome. So for a shallow bench for the Toppers, I can tell you this much, they are doing well by and keeping into this game. Walker. This is Hadley Walker now. Gives it back to Peyton. Peyton stops, shoots, fires. Can't get it to fall. Carlson tried to get there, but down with it is Dome. Dome off to the races. She's got help into the corner, and she does give it off. Henkel's going to move to the top side. Lassaro gives it off to Carlson. Johnson. God, I got to stop doing that, guys. Dome drives the baseline, now has to turn back. Nowhere to go. Back to Sari. Sari going to try to drive inside. Now she loses it. This is going to be picked up. Oh, Hadley Walker had it, but couldn't corral it. Good defense there by Evans. We're going to have... Not sure what the call was there.
They didn't reset the shot clock.
Oh, the shot clock?
With the change of possession.
Gotcha.
Resetting the shot clock after a change of possession.
So Pease back into the game, and out is Goranson. Goranson also an 8th grader, getting her work in. So Chloe Johnson now trying to take control, drives down to the block, now pushes it outside. Henkel for 3, and she hits it. And we have a tie ball game. Rails are going to have to really kind of step up defensively, and they are letting these guys play. Because I got to tell you, they come down here and on the other end, and there is a lot of body checking contact. Evans stuck, pushes it up. Walker drives left side right into the block, nowhere to go with it. Evans didn't shoot. Now Carlson drives baseline, looking for some help. She's going to get that from Pease top. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Drives inside, up off, and in for Pease. Pease is going to be one of those players that's going to have a big game. Johnson for 3. Body contact, no call. And that misses, and down with it is Pease. Pease with a long baseball pass up to Walker. Walker going to drive up off the block, can't get it to fall. And down with it is going to be Chloe Johnson. Now turning around, Lassaro going to go right side. Dome's going to try to cup around. And now she's going to not a way to get a hand on that. It was Hadley Walker. Here comes Pease. And they are really not calling anything as Dome came in and almost cut Pease in half. And now we're going to get a foul and going to go to the line and shoot is going to be Chloe Carlson.
That foul given to number...
Sorry, go ahead.
I think Candace was due for one of those.
You think? She's played a lot of body contact there and got her team second. And Carlson to go to the line and shoot 2. And misses the first.
And to be fair, I mean, they both are, but I mean, you can definitely see there's a lot of body used.
So Dome will take a seat. And Carlson will try to make it a 3-point game and does. So 23-20 your score, as you can see on the board. And Johnson going to drive. Now has to push it off into the corner. Going up and around is going to be Sari. Sari tries to get it to fall, and that's going to not happen. And that's going to go out. And they're going to say it stays with Marshall. Yep. But we're going to... So there's a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a timeout, too. We'll be back after we hear from a word from a couple of our sponsors. We'll be back right after this.
Tater tots, nachos, burritos, and more. Proctor's local family business for over 35 years. Proctor Pizza offers brand new monthly specials, such as the taco pizza, bacon cheeseburger pizza, Hawaiian pizza, and more. Proctor Pizza.
Yeah, he's got a good style.
So back here at the rail yard, coming out of the break, 23-20 your score, 6:01 left here in the first half. And it is going to be Marshall ball here on the inbound pass. And ball in. Good hand in there. The Rails going to try to get there, and we're going to have a jump ball, and I think that's going to go the way of the Toppers, and it is. They do have the possession arrow. Johnson to inbound the ball. Looking for help, and now finally gets it. That was Hinkle, and gives it back to Johnson. Johnson just stuck in a corner. It's going to be pushed over. Hinkle gets it in the corner, drives to the block, up off the glass, and gets that to fall. Nice little play for Hinkle and the Toppers there.
Yeah, she's had a solid game so far.
Whitty brings it up. This is Peyton. Oh, and she got hammered as she goes through on a totally open left side block lane. There was nobody for days, and that would have been an easy score, but she gets hammered there by Chloe Johnson. That'll be her first, team's third. And Walker hits the first. And misses the second, so no doing there. So the Rails, two of four from the line. I'm sorry, cut you off.
Proctor ball.
Proctor keeps possession of the inbound.
So Proctor going to keep that and get the extra possession, looking for somebody, and that's going to just go over the head as she thought maybe Pease was going to streak to the sideline there. And that's a turnover on the Rails. And it'll be Hilltopper ball. And the Rails look like they're going to try to put on a little bit of pressure.
Waste a little bit of time.
Rails do a nice job not doing ugly crossovers. Nice steps and moves there by Sari, but the Rails down with it. Here comes Whitty. Whitty going to drive into the paint, looking for somewhere to go with it, and that's going to come out to Evans. Evans into the corner for Carlson. Carlson all alone, can't get it to fall. That's going to come down to the hands of Chloe Carlson. Or, yeah, I said it right for the first time. Let's go. Johnson drives in, and that's going to go into the hands of Chloe Carlson. Why do they got to both be Chloe?
I have no idea.
Pease, easy bucket left on the floor, and now looking for numbers. And here comes Dome. Dome drives up and around and can't get it to fall as Walker down with it. And back and forth, back and forth. It's a track meet, and up off the glass for two.
2 points for Rails, and a timeout call by Proctor.
So there's a timeout as I think Coach Solberg, and you know, you've been around the program long enough. I think Coach Solberg's having that conversation of, yes, we want to run the floor, but we have to slow it down and take those quality shots we talked about and make something happen instead of leaving this all on the floor.
Yeah, you got to be selective when to run, and I mean, Marshall's going to do that as well. So I mean, it's getting in a track meet. Yes, I mean, it might be advantageous for one team for a little bit, but it's going to turn.
Yeah, and that's that thing. I mean, if you talk about the points that have been left on the board or on the floor here by both teams, you're talking about a different game. And you know, it's a.
I mean, the Marshall team started out a little cold with their three-point shooting, but that's picked up, and you know, we've started good with, you know, our layups, and the last, I don't know, 5, 6 have been suspect. So.
Well, just over half the points for, you know, just talking about what you just said about the three-pointers, you know, just over half the points for the Toppers right now are coming way of three-pointers. Dome now moves to her left, looking for help, and gets inside to Carlson. Carlson can't get a hand on it as it was free ball. Hanson going to pick it up. And that's going to be a travel as Hanson tried to throw it and walk at the same time. And that'll be a turnover on the Rails.
Yep.
So the ball will go back to the Hilltoppers. Second semester starts tomorrow. Good luck to everybody. Johnson, double step, hop, jump, and gets points. The Euro step in action. Have I told you how much I don't like the Euro step?
I've heard it once or twice.
Evans trapped. She's got Lazaro all over, now looking for help. That's going to give the point. They're going to get up into Walker. Walker for two.
That seemed like a long 5 seconds.
That's it. Yeah, and CJ's down there asking that question as she was trapped. Dome into the corner. Hinkle's going to drive towards the paint. Nothing doing there as Walker was right there. Johnson now going to try to exploit Hansen. And finally, one of the body calls are going to be called. And the only thing I can ask, and hopefully you agree, is that that's now going to, if that one's going to be called, they all got to be called.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely was
it was aggressive.
Yeah.
But so has been Domes down here. And again, I don't care if they don't call them, but if you're going to call one, you got to call them all.
Yep, I agree.
Johnson over the corner. Dome for three, all alone, and she hits it. Can't leave her open because she will hit him. So 28-27, 3:20 left. Up and over and down with it is Johnson. Johnson going to run the other way. She's got numbers help. Rails are short, and that's going to be up and in for Dome. Lawson turns, spins, looks for help, puts it up over the head of Gorson. Now out to Hansen for two. Hansen just too strong. Into the hands of the waiting Carlson. Carlson goes up and gets it to fall. So good battle there by the Rails to get a point. And there's a nice little push and a little puck. And that's going to come off. And right there waiting is Lazaro as Carlson was going to bring it up. Walker gives that off, and Carlson kind of stopped, and coming over and grabbing that is Sorry.
We're definitely being too lackadaisical right now.
Into the far corner, Hinkle for three, and hits it. Again, you can't leave this team open, and Toppers have their first lead of the game, 32-30, here with 2:12 left in the half. Carlson now going to move it to the top end. Into the corner. Hawson for three. Can't get it to fall. Goranson down with the board. Going to dribble. Oh, they're going to call her for a double wibble.
Yeah, well.
Don't see the double dribbles all that often, but they are called every now and again.
I was kind of, yeah, it was kind of in the middle. I was kind of picking up the rebound, but. So
Dome leading the Toppers with 13 of the counted points in it. Henkel, that was a Euro step if I've ever seen one. Here comes Hawson. Hawson up and around. She's got Dome there defensively. Good pressure there by Dome. Looking for somewhere to go. Pivots, foot stuck. Trying to get rid of it, and does. Gives it off to Walker. Walker give it to Pease. Pease going to roll back up top side. Now going to give it off to Carlson. Carlson for a deep three. Can't get it to fall. Needed a step. Here's the race. Dome going to slow it down and wait for the numbers, and does. Johnson, double clutch, and the and one. So that's going to go against Ellie Pease. It'll be her first, team's fifth. And at the line to finish it up, or try to finish it up, is Chloe Johnson, and she does. So Chloe Johnson finishes the three-point play the old-fashioned way, and now the Rails need to go back to work, and they're going to call that on the floor, and they're going to call body, and I'm not sure who that's going to go against, and that's going to go against number 12. It's got to go. Number 2. It's got to be. She's not playing, is she?
I think she meant 12. But
yeah, it's got to be 12. That had to go against Sorry, her first, team's fourth. Hawson for three and hits it. So Hawson on the board for the first time tonight. 35-33, just under a minute to play here in the first half. Moving right side is Johnson. Johnson now going to come back to her left off a stacked offense, trying to get something to happen. And way to get a hand in there. Another hand. Here comes Goranson. Going to step to feet. And big stuff there by Johnson on Hawson. And a foul going to be called. And that's going to go against Peyton Walker. That'll be her first, team sixth. But a stuff there by Johnson that could be a highlight.
32 seconds.
So 32 seconds left. Your score 35-33. What's going to happen here in these last tick seconds? Johnson going to move far right side. She's got Dome straight across. Walker there, giving her a little bit of space. They're going to hold for that last shot. No shot clock. Down to 15. Now coming up for help, and a good trap there now set by the rails. Now going to try to drive inside, and big 47 steps for Johnson. And yes, I'll say it that way because no push called. No push called, and that's going to be your halftime score. 37-33. And, it's always easier to officiate from up here, but Chloe definitely pushed there, and I would call it on the other side as well if that's the case. We got to make sure, because that could be an injury. We got to be, careful on that stuff. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
No.
I hear you.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a break. Listen, hear everything I'm saying. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back, but we're gonna hear from every one of our sponsors. Then we'll be back right after this.
We want students to be creative thinkers. We want them to be innovators. We want them to be problem solvers. And we want to provide them the space and the ability to be able to create things and design things and manufacture opportunities within this community. And so Pathways allows them the space and the creativity to be able to really hone in on their strengths and their abilities to make a difference in the world.
We talk about Proctor Pathways, we talk about building a culture. And this culture is all about providing those opportunities for our students to graduate with a plan instead of just planning to graduate, and to understand how what they're learning in their everyday classes applies to what they want to do after high school. We have business leaders from throughout our community reaching out to us, and as a result our students are getting opportunities to go and do internships, job shadows, and get their hands dirty in places that we didn't even think would be possible.
Students, we see them in the 9th grade, they may not be engaged in the traditional track. Then when you start finding the trades, such as culinary or welding, they're the hands-on kind of students, and we just see a transformation where now they're engaged in coming to school versus not coming to school before, being late to class, or actually being early to class and wanting to stay late.
There's so many different paths to choose from that it does keep them interested. One day they might be learning how to write a resume. The next day they're hearing from a speaker from an industry they never heard of.
We allow students to try as many different opportunities as possible. So we don't lock a student into a specific path or specific pathway. We allow them to pick and choose different experiences because we believe that exposure is incredibly important.
You can do any different job shadows, you can go college tours, you can do pretty much anything that you probably wouldn't do anywhere else.
If you want to do a career that needs 4 years of college, awesome. We have support, we have resources, we will help you do those things. If you want to join a trade, we have resources, we have those connections and networking opportunities for you. And so it really helps all students figure out what they want to do and then prepare them for that.
Our community has really embraced the fact that what we offer here for our students is vital to the health of our society and our community. So we want to make sure that we're up to the challenge of making sure our students are ready. Those combinations and partnerships with our business community are helping equip us to be able to do that for our students.
Can't hear the TV? Need to protect your hearing? Audiology Concepts connects patients to their lives again by offering ear cleanings, providing earplugs for protection in loud environments, and helping people get hearing aids. Audiology Concepts also offer hearing evaluations, verification of hearing aids, and hearing aid repairs. There are 7 different locations across Minnesota and Wisconsin. Audiology Concepts, you'll love what you...
Proctor's Reed Foundation was established to enable life-enriching academic, art, and athletic activities which cannot rely on traditional funding in the Proctor School District communities. Reed has provided grants for the Imagination Library, numerous sports teams, Rails TV, A Night to Shine, the Playground for Everybody, and most recently, Reed helped the Proctor Fire Department invest in life-saving handheld thermal devices. Visit rea3d.org to learn more about how you can support Reed and help your community.
For years, Troy's Service Center has been the go-to auto repair shop in the Proctor community. Quality and efficient repairs make it more convenient to have your vehicle serviced. Troy's has always been for the community. That's why they have been favored by Proctorians alike. But don't just take our word for it. Check out the many reviews on their service. Troy's Service Center can ensure that your vehicle keeps your life driving forward for years to come. Troy's Service Center has been servicing and repairing vehicles for 3 generations. To contact Troy's Service Center, call 218-642-3322 or visit troyservice.com.
Can't hear the TV? Need to protect your hearing? Audiology Concepts connects patients to their lives again by offering ear cleanings, providing earplugs for protection in loud environments, and helping people get hearing aids. Audiology Concepts also offers a variety of hearing aids, hearing evaluations, verification of hearing aids, and hearing aid repairs. There are 7 different locations across Minnesota and Wisconsin. They are located in Burnsville, Forest Lake, Superior, Duluth, Grand Rapids, Edina, and Cambridge.
Wittes Trailer Sales in Esco is your leader for trailer sales, maintenance, and repair in the Northland. With brands such as Illuma, Look, Pace, and more, we have a trailer for every need. Don't forget, we also sell and install snowplows for all vehicle types. Searching for a Mahindra tractor? We have you covered with over 8 different models in stock and ready to tackle projects of all sizes. Wittes Trailer Sales in Esco, where customers become friends.
Or buying new tires can be overwhelming. At Troy's, we handle every repair with accuracy and integrity and back it up with a 2-year, 24K nationwide warranty. From oil changes and tires to major repairs, Troy's Service Center is here for all your automotive needs. Honest advice to help maintain the life of your vehicle. Troy's Service Center, Proctor.
We believe in helping each other to be better, to live fuller, and hear more. Our knowledgeable team delivers the best experience in hearing healthcare, and through our individualized approach that combines cutting-edge practices with the latest technologies, we keep you connected. Audiology Concepts. You'll love what you hear.
Nemadji Golf Course and Greensview Grill is your home for winter golf. We offer 2 state-of-the-art simulators to practice your swing, perfect your technique, and enjoy hours of fun on a huge selection of courses for any level of golfer. With cutting-edge technology that feels like the real thing, our simulators are the ultimate golfing experience. Check out our full menu and huge drink selection in the Greensview Grill. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, our outstanding staff has something for every diner. Come out and visit us today or book your simulator time at nemadjigolf.com.
Proctor Pizza and Sub Shop. Proctor Pizza offers baked pizza, unbaked pizza, subs, tacos, wraps, salads, tater tots, nachos, burritos.
Concepts. You'll love what you
and more. Proctor's local family business for over 35 years. Proctor Pizza offers brand new monthly specials, such as the taco pizza, bacon cheeseburger pizza, Hawaiian pizza, and more. Proctor Pizza.
We want students to be creative thinkers. We want them to be innovators. We want them to be problem solvers. And we want to provide them the space and the ability to be able to create things and design things and manufacture.
And back here at the rail yard, sorry folks, we're having some audio issues. We got them fixed, so hopefully you heard a few of those folks. But let's run some stats here quick, about a minute 15 before we're going to be back into play here. Your score, 37-33. The Toppers, they came on in about that last 6 minutes where they started getting some stops. We got a little sloppy offensively.
Yep.
And kind of let some things go that probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there was, a pretty good start, and then the middle towards the latter part, it was starting to get ugly, lackadaisical, and then they do what they do. They start making three-pointers.
So the Rails started on an 8-0 run, and then they jumped in, and then they went on a 9-0. Then they got a 3, and then sat there for a little while, and then coming back, and then in that end of that space, the Rails not seeing many points in that down the stretch there. Got a field goal or a free throw off of a foul, and just kind of left things out there. Your scoring leaders right now for the Toppers is Dome at 13. You got Hinkle at 11, Johnson at 9, and then Lazaro and Sari both sitting at 2. For the other side, Walker at 9, Pease at 8, Carlson at 8, Whitty and Hawson at 3, and Gianna Hansen will round it out with 2. Foul-wise right now, Pease 1, Hansen 1, Whitty 2, Goranson 1, Peyton Walker 1. On the other side, Dome 2, and Johnson and Sari both with 1. So here we are underway. Rails ball to start the half. Again, that score 37-33, and the Rails got to do something here to put at bay this team that they are, the Hilltoppers. Walker pushes out to Carlson. Carlson now going to drive this way, goes inside. Assist to Walker, can't get it to fall, but Whitty right there going to have it ripped out of her hands there by Sari, and it'll be Hilltop ball. So the Toppers will go to work for their first time in the offensive side here in the second half. This is Johnson, drives to the block, now pushes the top. Taking the shot is Carlson, can't get it to fall, and Pease going to go get that board. As kind of people just stood around, everybody did but Pease, and kind of looked at it, watched it bounce.
Yeah, a lot of good boxing out, but yeah, a lot of watching.
Carlson looking for somewhere to go, going to put it over to Whitty. Whitty for 3, and can't get it to fall, and Dome down with the ball, and here again come the Toppers. So another missed opportunity for the Rails. Johnson. Crossover, now comes back to her right, now back to the left. Gets to the block, takes a couple extra steps, and that's going to maybe go out of bounds. No, able to be right there and save it was Sari, and she got it to Dome. This is Johnson again. Going to come all the way across to Sari, but getting a hand in the way is Carlson. Carlson in the top edge. 4-3, can't get it to fall, and Dome down with the board.
Come around, ladies.
So the Rails are going to have to find a way to get some of these shots to fall, and we're going to have what should have been a jump ball, but nothing doing. Sari for 3, can't get it to fall, and here comes Whitty. Whitty going to come the other way off the bounce board and hits the block and can't get it to fall, but Pease right there for the board and the putback. So Pease able to stay with it and make something happen to keep this lead that the Toppers have at 2. Goes far side. Carlson now going to cut inside, up off the block, off the glass, and gets for 2. So
good take by Melanie.
Good, very good take there, and first points for Carlson of the night. Walker going to give this off to Pease. Now going to drive the lane is Pease, and right there, playing the body was Carlson, but Pease is able to get that to fall regardless.
It amazes me how she makes that shot like 90% of the time.
Over
little runner.
Yeah, Lazaro going to give this off. Dome. The Toppers have the Rails kind of running around a little bit, and the Rails got to kind of settle in. This is Dome for 3. A little hard. Pease can't get it, but knocks it into the hands of Carlson. Now Pease with it to bring it up. Far side to Whitty. Whitty sets, throws, can't get it to fall, and nobody there but a white jersey, and that's going to be Melanie Carlson to bring it up. And way to get a hand in there by Walker. Walker defensively. And the crowd for our Toppers wanted something called there against the defending player. Nothing doing there. And right into the hands of Dome, and Dome puts it in. This is that lackadaisical that you talked about at half where, they got to be smart with the ball. Got to look, can't just throw it away. Right side, Carlson just launches that one up, can't get it to fall, and Dome down with another board. Dome will come back the other way. Fast pace, drives all the way, coast to coast and off the glass. Timeout is going to be taken by the Rails. That'll be a 30-second timeout. And we'll kind of just stay here and we'll talk about a couple things. Thank our sponsors for quickly. The Reed Foundation, the Rails Endowment for Academic, Art, and Athletic Development. Irving Community Club Polling for Kids. Tamarack Building Supplies on Highway 53 in Hermantown. Heritage Window Door, Superior, Wisconsin. Woodis Trailer Sales in Esco. Stream Dudes. Great Lakes Office Solutions. the Rob and Barb Shaler Charitable Foundation. I can talk really well tonight. Nemaji Golf Course, Ideology Concepts with 6 locations, Duluth, Grand Rapids, Forest Lake, Cambridge, Edina, and Burnsville. And our 2 local sponsors, Proctor Pizza and Sub Shop and Troy Service Center, both Main Street Proctor. Thank you for all they do. Our students working tonight, our director tonight, Ada Arpke. Our camera is Michelle Van Ert, Allison Arpke on the score widget. Our tech guru, Carter Ringo, and on our stats, the one, the only, Luke Smith. One of our 2 seniors that we have on our crew tonight. We will start second semester with tomorrow, and that we will miss in 86 days when we no longer have them with us.
86, that's all that's left?
86 school days. Yeah, school days. Gotta look at it that way. But thank you to everybody. If you would like to help Rails TV out financially at all, please feel free. RailsTV.net. All of my information is there. You can get a hold of me. We're always looking to upgrade equipment, looking to help students out with our trip that we go on, and so on. So if you want to be interested in that, we'd love to have you. But if not, we'd love to have you anyway. Whitty now going to drive right side, coming out of the timeout taken by Coach Solberg. Walker has that swiped away by Johnson. And they're going to say going out of bounds, but they're going to say no foul. And Chloe Johnson looks at the bench and says, what the heck? Now, the cool part is, and you can say the same thing with this, Kyle, is that no matter what I say up here where I think something should be called or not, this is an all-star crew for basketball in this area. These are 3 very experienced officials, and they are scheduled to be that way because of this game.
Yep, I saw him walk in. I was like, thank you. It's going to be a pretty decently called game. So.
Lassaro for 3. 37-30. Oh, something's not right. 46-37, your score here. There we go. And that's off the back iron, and 2 going to go up for it. They're going to say it went off of Pease, so it'll be white ball. As Coach Solberg down there trying to get his team to do some things, and so is Coach CJ. So, here's a stat line that you will not believe, but, the Rails are out-rebounding the Toppers 24 to 17, 18 now, but a lot of those came on 2 and 3 different tries to sink a bucket. Johnson inside and that's going to be a hard foul. That's going to be called on Dome. That'll be her 3rd and the team's 1st.
Candace Dome, 3rd foul of the game.
So Coach CJ is going to have Johnson and Dome switch defensive players, as Dome and Hanson down there hamming it up on the free throw space, and Johnson hits the 2nd. So Johnson hits them both, and to cut into this lead, 9-point lead here for the Toppers. Their biggest lead of the night. Well, still their biggest lead of the night. Johnson, Dome, now going to take it as everybody kind of stepped away up and under for 2. Walker couldn't get that to go. That's going to go out of bounds off the Toppers. Dome didn't like that so much, but that is going to be the call. So it'll be, and we're going to have subs coming in.
So for the Hilltoppers, number 3, Ingrid
Hinkle will come in. Out will come Carlson. There's 20 seconds on the clock, on the shot clock. 12:37 here. 11-point game. And Hadley Walker on the board for 2.
9-point game.
And just kind of, and that's going to be a floor foul as Johnson goes down. That's going to go against Hansen. And that'll be her first team's first, or pardon me, her second team's first.
Non-shooting foul. Hilltoppers have that.
So into the top, into Lazaro. Now Johnson with the ball. Johnson gives this off. This is into Dome, and Dome hits a 3.
They're just making their shots now. I mean, that's...
Nice job there by Hansen to hold that pivot foot. Hawson for 3, and that's going to be short into the waiting hands of Lazaro. And here come the hot toppers again. Johnson, step in. So Johnson drops that one. Hawson up off the glass for 2. So 12-point game here, and here comes Dome. Dome steps back with a little 2, and P's down with it. P's going to come back the other way, and she gets pressured, and that's going to go out of bounds as she got pressured there by the toppers. So turnover for the Rails, and good job there by Walker trying to get that piece, and now Johnson will bring it up. Chloe Johnson across half court now gives this one off to Sari. Sari going to move to the top. Lazaro back to Johnson. Top of the key. This is Dome. Can't get that one to fall, and therefore the board is Johnson. Johnson going to jump up. Gets all body there. Hawson up off the glass for 2. So Carlson gives herself up offensively and takes a car crash on the sideline. That one's going to go all the way side. This is going to be Lazaro, can't get it, and she's going to be hog-tied there, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Marshall. And so what we'll do is we'll take a timeout as well. We'll hear from a sponsor. We'll be back right after this.
Proctor's Reed Foundation was established to enable life-enriching academic, art, and athletic activities which cannot rely on traditional funding in the Proctor School District communities. Reed has provided grants for the Imagination Library, numerous sports teams,
And back here, sorry, I was getting down with the music. Back here at the rail yard after that sponsor, 55-45, 10:44 left here, second half. And it is Marshall ball out of the timeout taken by Coach CJ to maintain possession and not get that jump ball that was going to go the way of the Rails. This is Dome. Dome shovel shot puts that one up, and there it comes. She tries to jump back defensively, and now in there. She's defensively against Hawson, now to Carlson. Carlson going to move right, move left, now going to take the step up off the glass, can't get it to fall. Nobody there but a white jersey, and that is going to be picked up by Lazaro and come back the other way. Johnson looking for her opening. Nice job there by, oh, there's a big shot, far corner by Hinkle. Can't get it to fall. That was a good job defensively there by Peyton Walker. And now coming back the other way. Walker gonna move top of the key, gives it off to Hansen. Hansen drives inside, now off to Hawson. Hawson for 3, and that's gonna be off and right into the hands. Oh, that was into the hands of Dome, but nice job by Hadley Walker. Hadley Walker staying there defensively, and Dome looked the other way, didn't know she was there, ripped it out of her hands and puts it up for 2. And that one's off the board right there, off of Hansen. Now Walker, as the Rails do their part to try to jump in on this lead, and that's going to be a foul, and she'll go to line shoot 2. That is going to go against Sari. That'll be her second, team second.
That was a little bump, little trip.
Yeah, you could have called that either way, as a call or a non-call. I mean, I don't know if it was really the contact or not, but we'll take Hadley going to the line. Hadley misses the first.
8-point game.
Official setting them up, saying they shooting one, live on the shot, and hits it. So Walker adding to her total, trying to cut again, help cut into this lead, or this deficit, sorry. Johnson going to drive, now gives this off. Coming around is Sorry looking for somewhere to go, and going to give this back to Johnson. Johnson going to come way out top, try to reset, now tries to drive in, hits the free throw line and has to throw it off. Lazaro drives. This is Carlson. Carlson back into the game, good. But she had a mishandle there, and up with it is Hawson.
Easy kid.
Hawson going to go behind the back, now step back, and now going to drive back into the paint. Up off the glass, can't get it to fall, and they're going to say that it went off of Melanie Carlson for the Toppers, and it'll stay with the Rails.
Possession Proctor.
20 seconds on the shot clock, 55-48 your score.
I think Ruby deflected that one off her. That's probably
a good move.
Good move.
Because I actually thought it went off of Ruby. Carlson, and another big stuff there by Johnson. Well, I guess I won't call that one a big stuff because it was just coming up on the shot, but the one down here was a good block.
She's leaving her feet a lot. Up and under and go. Drive on her.
Nice inside to Goranson. Goranson up and in. So Goranson on the stat sheet with 4 points. And Carlson doing a nice job there to hold him here.
I think they definitely need to exploit that with Reese.
With Chloe leaving her feet?
No, on some of the smaller guards.
Oh, gotcha.
For Marshall, probably not Candace or Chloe, but the other ones generally.
Gotcha. So Johnson will bring it up, and she drives into the paint, pushes it back out. Coming up and around is Lazaro. She gives this off to Dome far side. Carlson now going to drive the baseline, gets to the block, up off the glass, can't get it to fall. Down with it is Walker. This is Hadley Walker. She's gone coast to coast, but she's got Hawson with her. Now back to Walker. Walker up off the glass for 2. 3-point game here. 8:14 left. If you thought this wasn't going to be a game when you turned in, folks, we told you it would be, and that is what we're looking at. Nice block there by Hawson, but back out to Johnson. Johnson takes a shot. That's going to be short, and Hadley Walker down with it. Walker gave it up. Now gives it off to Peyton, far corner. Oh, and that's going to go right through that's a 5-hole miss by Carlson. Sieve. Yeah, let's not do that. I think Carlson brought her head up before the ball hit her hand as she was trying to see where the defense was and what she was going to do instead of having that possession. Melanie Carlson gives this off to Dome. Dome will bring it up for the Toppers. She's done that most of the night when she's been in the game. She gets through. That's going to go far corner as she kind of had that same deal. No look pass.
Who wants it?
No look pass and put it between two white jerseys. And yeah, it's that theory of which team's going to want it more here with 7:42 left second half. Hey, we'll do this. If there's someone listening that has my contact information, if you'd shoot me a message and just shoot me a text, let me know what the audio is like as we've made some changes to what we got going on. Hawson for 3. Bingo. So Hawson hits the 3, and we are all knotted up at 55. And that's a big shot. That one's going to be left short. That one was taken by Sorry, but the Rails come down with the board. Carlson will bring it up now off to Walker. Walker going to drive into the empty lane. This is Lane. Hawson for 3. Can't get it to fall. And Goranson right there. The long arms, but that pass just a little too inside into the waiting hands of Johnson. And Chloe will bring it up for the Topper. She dances in, gets up around, and they're going to call a defensive block.
That was in the circle. That was a good call.
Thank you, Mr. Gillis. Appreciate you on that. 1 yard by across. Thank you, Miss Nyberg, as well. Thank you, Teresa, for getting back to me. I just wanted to make sure. And Johnson is going to take the shot as the foul was called on Reese. That'll be her second, team second. And Chloe hits the first one. And hit the second one. Hawson into the corner. Hadley gonna walk inside. She gets up under and does the and one. Hadley making that body space felt and gets the bucket and the and one.
Was that on? On Anna?
Yeah, that would have been on. That'd be on Anna. Sorry, that'll be her third, team's third. So good drive there by Walker, and she hits the three.
Rails are up one.
So 58-57, lots of time here. 6:30 left on the clock, and Toppers with the ball. Drives inside. This is Doan, and I hate to say it, but she can kind of make things look easy.
Yeah, we're...
And that's going to go out of bounds on a pass, and it'll be a turnover on the rails, and it'll be Topper ball. So I was asking somebody where they are because they said they're here, right? And I get 1 yard line by Carlson's 10-yard line. I don't know what that means in a gym, but this is a big shot by Hinkle, and she hits it. Hinkle has 14 points on the night, 12 of those coming off of threes. And there is a turnover.
Yeah, I mean at this point, take away Chloe, take away Candace, and that you got to be on her. Make the other girls beat you.
Right. Johnson splits the defense up, over, and drops it. So full timeout taken by Coach Solberg. We got 5:34 here, 64-58 your score. We'll be back after these messages. We'll be right back.
Wittes Trailer Sales in Esco is your leader for trailer sales, maintenance, and repair in the Northland. With brands such as Illuma, Look, Pace, and more, we have a trailer for every need. Don't forget, we also sell and install snowplows for all vehicle types. Searching for a Mahindra tractor? We have you covered with over 8 different models in stock and ready to tackle projects of all sizes. Wittes Trailer Sales in Esco, where customers become friends.
Can't hear the TV?
We want students to be creative thinkers. We want them to be innovators. We want them to be problem solvers, and we want to provide them the space.
Welcome back to the rail yard. Your score 64-58, 6-point lead for the Toppers. And Rails come out of a timeout as Coach Solberg wanted to change some things up. Hawson gets it to Walker. Walker going to drive inside, gives this off to Carlson. Carlson for 3. Bingo. So Carlson cuts that lead that the Toppers have in half. Now the Rails need to get a stop here. They leave Doan by herself, up, over, can't get it to fall. Johnson down with her own board, and the end one on the putback. That's going to go to Walker. That'll be her second, team's third. Coach CJ down there yelling something, but I got my headphones on, so I can't hear. Johnson hits that. Johnson 4 of 4 from the stripe. And now the Rails need to kind of get some things in action here. I need to get a bucket, get a board, and come back and not have turnovers. Hawson drives back out, gives it back to Walker. Walker looking inside to Goranson. Goranson having a hard time picking up. They're going to be on the floor, going to say jump ball, and that's going to go the way of the Rails.
Jump ball, possession Proctor.
So the Rails will keep this one. That's a tough place to give up a possession arrow. I'd like to give that up somewhere else when we're not in the midst of a dogfight. Inside, Walker for 3. So Walker left all alone there in a 4-point game here.
We got to close up this lane. I mean, probably been last 3 possessions.
Sorrow gets that bounced off the hand, but gets the board and puts it back.
I was going to say the last 3 possessions right down the middle of the lane. He's going to score 95% of the time.
Walker, Hawson. The thing I will tell you, actually, I'm going to save that for later because that could be one of those pieces. So, Johnson throws it up for 3. Gets it. 5-point game here. Rails trying to figure it out. 3:45 left, second half. Nice step by Goranson for 2. So Goranson onto the board. And that's going to go out.
I think a second's got to come off that clock, the moment.
You would think so, right? Dome into the corner. Hinkle for 3. Way long away. 2 black jerseys there in Goranson and Carlson. But here comes Carlson to bring it up the floor. Gives it off to Walker. Walker now pushed out by Dome, looking for help. Reese streaking. Now comes back out. Reset. Hawson. Inside. Carlson turns, steps, and can't get it to fall, but does go get her own board. And she comes up and around. Inside. This is Goranson. Goranson. Good up and down there by Johnson. And now Coach CJ going to tell them slow it down. Clock is their friend as they have the lead here. 4-point lead for the Toppers, up and around into the corner. That's going to go off of the hands of Sorry. And that'll be a turnover and go the way of the Rails. Turnovers are pretty even right now at 15-12 apiece. The Rails with 15. Boards are a little bit different. The Rails have 35 rebounds to the 26 for the Toppers. And Carlson gets this back. Walker, Hawson. Hawson going to move right side. Now going to come back to the interior. Does into the paint, loses the handle on it. Dome almost had it, but Hawson stays hard with it. And this is Walker, long shot. Hadley down with it, top of the key. Hawson for 3, bingo.
1-point game, about 2 minutes left.
So if there is a player that is hot for the Rails right now, it is Ruby Hawson, and Hawson's going to take a huge body action there, and that's going to go against her, as that'll be her first, team's 4th. Johnson with it. I just hope Ruby's okay after that collision. Johnson drives in, now steps back out, looking for somewhere to go. Into the corner. Hinkle can't get it to fall. And Reese Goranson right there with another board for the Rails. Goranson gives this off to Carlson. Carlson right side, inside to Goranson. And she gets another block there. And it's going to stay, as they're going to say, that went off of Lazaro.
You got to pause, let it go by.
That old deal of find those good shots, right?
Yep.
So the Rails will now try to get it in. Coming up to the top, this is Goranson. Goranson now going to take Lazaro on a dance. Pushes it outside. This is Hadley Walker. Can't get it to fall, but down to the high waiting hands of Carl Johnson. That's Chloe Johnson from the Toppers. Little hand checking going on down here. Nothing being called. As Walker, nice job. Johnson not getting any call there in the aspect. That's going to be a tough call when you've got Chloe Johnson consistently throwing and pushing off. That's a tough one for me.
Yep, it's I had to say let him play.
Yeah, well, right. But if you're going to let him play. Don't do it just because.
Yep. I mean, they both do it. I mean,
right, 100%. Timeout. Taken. So that timeout's going to be taken there by by Marshall. Looked like it was a 30-second timeout. 58 seconds left here with a 1-point game. So Coach CJ going to try to draw something up to try to either extend it and make it a 3-point play, or hold that possession as long as possible, even though there's only 15 seconds left on the shot clock for Marshall.
Foul-wise, 2 more. They're going to play the stall tactic, but
yeah, I mean at least you've got that space to do that, but hopefully we just come in, get a good stop, and come back the other way. Coach CJ talked about that 60-point piece, right? And what was it exactly that he said? Score 60 points with us missing 2 starters. He's done it. With missing, with not having Adi Bobby and also Berger. So come out of the timeout here. 72-71 your score. Rails trail 57 seconds, 15 on the shot clock. Dome gives it off to Johnson. Johnson now has it. 5 seconds on the clock. She's going to have to drive. Set your feet, ladies. Up off the glass, and she gets it to fall. So Johnson for 2 and a 3-point game here with 35 left on the clock. Carlson loses her player. Now going to push it off. This is Walker. Walker gets contact. Carlson, 23 seconds on the clock. 18 on the shot clock. Hawson can't get it to fall. And that's going to come in and out of the hands. And now the Rails will either have to foul, but Johnson is not the one they want to foul. And Lazaro will be the one here on the near sideline. That's going to go on Reese Goranson. That'll be her 3rd, team 6th.
And a timeout call by Proctor.
So Proctor will take a timeout. Let's so that we can get out of here in a timely fashion for these kids. Let's thank our sponsors one more time. Thank our students, and then we'll get our 3 stars after the game, and then we'll be able to get these guys out of here. So I want to say thank you to the Reed Foundation, the Rails Endowment for Academic Art and Athletic Development, Irving Community Club Pulling for Kids, Tamarack Building Supplies on Highway 53 in Hermantown, Wittes Trailer Sales in Esco, Stream Dudes for all your streaming needs, streamdudes.com. Ray Lakes Office Solutions, the Robin Barb Shaler Charitable Foundation, the Magic Golf Course, Audiology Concepts with 6 locations, Duluth, Grand Rapids, Forest Lake, Cambridge, Edina, Burnsville, and our 2 local sponsors, Proctor Pizza and Sub Shop, and Troy Service Center, both Main Street Proctor. Thank you to everything that they do. Also, thank you to our students that we have with us. Our director, producer, Ada Arpke. Our cam is Michelle Van Ert. Allison Arpke on scoreboard, Carter Ringo and our tech, and our stats, Luke Smith. So thank you to all of them, and there's foul called. And I'm not sure if that's going to go. That is it going to go against Peyton Walker. That'll be her 4th, sorry. And team 7th, and a 1-and-1 for Chloe Johnson, which is not usually somebody you want to get to the line. So Johnson hits the first. And now a 4-point game. 8.6 seconds left on the clock here. And Johnson hits the second.
And a timeout call by Marshall.
So Marshall going to call the timeout to get the cheer, the happiness of their team going. And, I get it. I understand it. So, it's a good fight back, missing 2 of their better players. And stuff like that. So, but hey, anything is possible in 8.6 seconds.
Yeah. Well, and I think, I mean, not to take anything away from those two that are not playing tonight, but I think the youth movement a little bit has kind of sparked them tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't disagree with that. I mean, if you start looking just at these numbers, Chloe Johnson, who had 6 in the first half, has 27. As a sophomore, you got Dome with 24, Hinkle with 14, and like I said, most of those, all but 2 of that is 3-pointers. You get in her face a couple of times, she doesn't get that shot. We could be talking about a different game right here.
Yep.
So Whitty to inbound the ball. So let's see. And here we come. Johnson. Carlson. This is Walker. Walker can't get it the ball, and that's going to come down to the waiting hands of Dome. And that is going to be your final 76-71. And Marshall will move to 11-5. The Rails will move to 13-5. As you start, how about this? Before we get into having a quick conversation about it, let's send it to commercial. We'll come back. We'll do our 3 stars, and we'll get out of here.
All right.
Good for you, Carter. We're gonna go to commercial, not close it out. Do 2 commercials, and then we'll come back. We'll be back right after this.
Nemaji Golf Course and Greensview Grill is your home for winter golf. We offer 2 state-of-the-art simulators
Testing
to
one.
practice your swing, perfect your
Testing
technique,
one.
and enjoy hours of fun on a huge selection of courses for any level of golfer. With cutting-edge technology that feels like the real thing, our simulators are the ultimate golfing experience. Check out our full menu and huge drink selection in the Greensview Grill. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, our outstanding staff has something for every diner. Come out and visit us today or book your simulator time at Nemaji Golf.
Proctor's Reed Foundation was established to enable life-enriching academic, art, and athletic activities which cannot rely on traditional funding in the Proctor School District communities. Reed has provided grants for the Imagination Library, numerous sports teams, Rails TV, A Night to Shine, the Playground for Everybody, and most recently, Reed helped the Proctor Fire Department invest in life-saving handheld thermal devices. Visit rea3d.org to learn more about how you can support Reed and help your community.
And back here at the rail yard, your final score 76-71, and the Rails fall to the Toppers. And let's run through our score, our 3 stars of the game, because I can learn how to talk. I'm going to let you go first this time. It's number 3.
Okay. I had someone else written down, and I just recently switched it. Candace. She kind of, along with Ingrid, kind of changed the game about 10 minutes into that first half, and kind of chipped away at the Rails lead. And so, yeah, number 3 star, Candace, for me.
All right, my number 3 star is going to go to Hinkle, and I only go number 3. I mean, I had that same piece with you, right? And they kind of took over, and as an 8th grader, she kind of showed her light of what she can do, and had a heck of a game. And honestly, without her 14 points and those clutch threes, this isn't the game where we're talking on a totally different outcome.
Yep.
So that my number 3 star goes to Hinkle. How about your number 2?
My number 2 was Ruby. Just the way that she played, hitting some big shots, attacking some of the girls. Just kind of disrupting what they want to do. I mean, she is total pressure, total chaos in your face. Hopefully without falling. But tonight I think what she end up with points wise.
Ruby ended up with leading the team with 16.
16. So I mean, to me, it was a pretty quiet 16, but she got there. So
Yeah, but a lot of those quiet 16 came at the end when we needed to hit those threes to keep it close.
Yep.
You know, so and mine is a toss-up, and I need to do, if it's all right with you, and I need to do a double star at my number 2, and that would be with Ruby and also with Dome from Marshall. I mean, quality players. Dome is right there, but you changed my mind on that. I was going singular, but you're right. Ruby was there, and you know, she didn't see a ton at the beginning, but once she got in there and hit the floor, you know, she really did her thing and was noticeable on the stat sheet as a pretty impressive player.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm right there with you. And then with Dome, I mean, what can you say? I mean, Dome comes in 24 points, just shy 3 of leading the team, and does her thing, and both offensively and defensively. And I would say maybe she sat 4 minutes, maybe tops. Maybe
yeah, it wasn't
3.
very long. Sure.
So, you know, when you got a player like that is running a track meet like these two teams do, it's pretty impressive.
Yep.
And your number 1.
My number 1, I think was your number 3. But Ingrid Hinkle, you know, kind of surprised me a little bit. I wasn't expecting, you know, I should say much of anything, but you know, hitting those big threes, you know, kind of reset that game, and you know, it made you know, Chloe Johnson and you know, the regular cast be able to relax a little bit and, you know, change the game.
Yeah, it opened it up a little bit to allow them to the Rails to have to worry about having Hinkle in that corner and on either side.
Yep.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was worried about Melanie compared to the game she played last night. So.
Right. Yeah, you said you saw him play last night on that, and yeah, it's one of those things that. You know, like I talked with Coach CJ, and he said any day, any given day, you just don't know what's going to happen. You know.
Yep.
And my number 1 is going to go to Peyton Walker. I mean, honestly, I could give to the Walker a deal because they both came out and did. But you know, you're starting to see more and more out of Peyton. You're starting to see that rounded game come into play where. She's not taking the time to take in the scenery, and she is constantly moving and constantly getting that piece. And so I'm super proud of how Peyton played the game tonight and how she, you know, truly played the game on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and I would definitely agree. And I think, you know, watching her over the past, you know, couple of years, and even at the start of this year, I continually think she just needs to continue to attack. Make life for, you know, Chloe Carlson and the rest easier if she is attacking and scoring the ball. We're gonna do all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to bring something up here real quick before we sign off, as I'd like to let the fans know, you know, what next week kind of looks like. And I'm having a little bit of a struggle bus here, trying to get there. Let's see. I think it was this one. I should have been way more prepared for this, and I apologize, folks. So coming up next week on the 22nd, we will have, or no, that's this week, sorry. On the 22nd, which is on Thursday, right? We agree?
Yes.
Girls basketball versus Bemidji. And then we'll be back on the air next week with a host, and we'll give those to you next week. But on behalf of myself, Kyle, the students, and our sponsors, we want to thank everybody for stopping in and hanging out with us. Your final score again here from the rail yard. And I lost my sheet already, Coach. What was the final? Oh, it was right. It's right in front of me. I don't have to do that. 76-71. And thanks for stopping in. We'll be back Thursday right here from the rail yard. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.
At Proctor Public Schools, we're more than just a district. We're a journey. Every day, our teachers, staff, and students work together, building knowledge, confidence, and character mile by mile. From our early learners to our graduates ready for the world ahead, we're fueling curiosity, connecting ideas, and driving innovation, all while keeping our eyes on the horizon. Because here in Proctor, we don't just ride the rails, we are the rails, educating, engaging, and inspiring the next generation to go full steam ahead.